don't we begin this journey by talking about Ravel's life and how it came to him to compose the work Tzigane? Well, Ravel was born on March 7th, 1875, in the Basque village of Ciboure, which is close to Spain. Even though he was brought up in Paris, Ravel always felt very close to his Basque heritage. His father, Pierre Joseph, who was an engineer and an amateur pianist, sent him to his first piano teacher for lessons at the age of 7. At this age, Ravel was easily distracted, so his mother, Marie, resorted to bribing him for each hour of practicing completed. He entered the Paris Conservatory in 1889 and won first prize in the 1891 piano competition. But he failed to win any more prizes, so he ended up being dismissed from the conservatory in 1895. So now that we've learned a bit about the life of Ravel and how Tzigane came into existence, why don't we continue the journey and discuss ways to realize and interpret the work? But first of all, we need to establish an overall point of view on the performance of this piece, which is called Tzigane. As Susan Baer wrote in the virtuoso violin works of Maurice Ravel, she says he was insistent that every indication he wrote into his music be followed literally. This says a lot about the kind of liberty we really have in the performance of this piece, even if it is written as a Tzigane, which is a gypsy piece. Going even further, his close friend and violinist Hélène Jourdan-Morange said, "I have never known a composer so sure of himself with regard to the markings in his music." So, what does that tell us? Well, I believe that what all of this means is that we simply should play what he wrote. And with that thought, let's dive even deeper into Tzigane. Well, to start with, Ravel writes lento quasi cadenza at the beginning of Tzigane. Simple enough, but quasi cadenza? What exactly does he mean by that? Well, let's see. What do we already know? Cadenza is basically a place where we display our skills, where time is not so strict. So, why did he write cadenza? Why did he write quasi cadenza? Well, within this ambiguity lies Tzigane. And we can take it this way or that. I guess it just depends on your point of view. Well, from my point of view, what this means is to play over the bar lines, almost as if they didn't exist. Yeah, older people than me might say, play the larger phrase without regard to those bar lines. And for me, therein lies the meaning to quasi in this introduction. So I believe that it's really important to observe the difference between 32nd notes and 16th notes in the opening, especially of Tzigane. For example, in measure 1, 32nd notes. More 32nd notes. Again, 32nd. 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 Until we come to measure 4, we finally get a 16.